you be doing. You ain't supposed to be letting them see what you be doing. Oh no, that's not what I was doing. I was doing there. Hey, why don't? Oh no, I think I went there. Let me see. That is so old. I don't know. I just didn't pull up YouTube again. Y'all know how I be doing. That's not doing. Look, y'all. I know I did it the other time. I would have did good. Oh my God. But I was not drinking Pepsi. That was not supposed to happen. All the people is trying to do is trying to find them live. Welcome, 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 you guys. I can't never find it. I can't never find it. Every time I be trying to find my live, I can't never find my live, and I can't never remember how I had found my live from the last time. Cause the people thought that they had went in here and seen it, and then the people was like, no, evidently they ain't going there. So then the people was like, they must have went in there and seen it, and then they was like, no, um, they ain't see that. But I'm live though. And I'm not understanding why. Oh, maybe because I turned the notifications off. Maybe if I turn the notifications back on, maybe it'll show me the live. That don't make no sense. It should still. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna refresh it like that. I'm gonna search it again. I'm gonna X that out. X. I ain't gonna spend all the days of my life trying to find it this time. I know that much. Y'all, I spent a lot of time. It's still not popping up live. Hey, 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 y'all! All I'm trying to do is find find my live so that I welcome, 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 y'all. I ain't even gonna worry about it. Welcome, 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 y'all. It's Sylvie 444, and I is Sylvie, your rough edge lady, still trying to learn technology and learning how to find my own live because I can never do it. And I was just about to say, I spent a whole lot of time the last time I went live trying to find the live so that I can engage with my chat. Because from time to time, the peoples have a chat. And I would like to be able to engage. So since I see that I do have a chat over there and I can't just get up and just walk over there because right now I'm just on mobile devices. So I got what I got and I do what I do. But I hope y'all have had a nice lifetime. I ain't seen y'all in quite some time. It's been a little minute. I've been going to and fro and doing this and that, and I have not been live, and I am working on getting better. I hope y'all done had a nice week, though, so far. It's only 2 days in. I hope y'all had a wonderful Labor Day. I had a nice little Labor Day. Had me a good old, I ain't have to do much. I don't got to. Well, I did. I went to a cookout on Sunday, so I didn't have to do nothing on Monday, but throw me something real quick, like on the grill. All I needed was a little piece of beef. That's all I needed in my life was a little piece of beef and a little baked potato on the side. I had me a little steak and baked potato. I ain't even had nothing green to go with it. I was okay with a little T-bone and a little baked potato. So I hope y'all caught y'all a grill, like I said in my video. Some folks like it burnt, and some folks may not. But all in all, I just hope that your holiday was all that it was cracked up to be. And if it wasn't, because, you know, sometimes things and stuff be happening, kind of what we're going to be talking about tonight. Things and stuff be happening suddenly. You just don't never know. Sometimes things and stuff happens on the holidays. So to anybody that may be watching and things and stuff may have happened on the holidays, my heart goes out to you. My thoughts are with you. I hope that it gets better and all of that jazz. Y'all, Sylvie 414, I am Sylvie, your rough edge lady. Just coming to bring some of that. Y'all, my arm feel a little better. I still got some issues with the arm and the leg, but I could bring you some of that 414, that one in the middle for some balance. Because why? Because you're going to see things this way, and you may see things this way, but if we come together and meet somewhere around there in the middle, we may get some understanding. Understanding does not, I repeat, understanding an issue does not mean that you agree with it, does not mean that you condone it. It doesn't mean any of those things. It only and solely means that you understand. Period. So, okay, y'all. I don't know what's going on and why I can't seem to find my live, but y'all see that title. SCURRED? Say so. Trying to keep up them images. Any old given thing can have you scared out here. Any person, any place, anything, any broken promise, any old thing can have you scared out here. But we're going to talk about SCURRED a little bit. First, we is going to start off talking about SCURRED with a little bit of growing up hip hop. Y'all, I be watching old stuff sometimes. I'm old. I'm redundant. I be trying to expand my horizons. I'm still trying to find. I'm not going to, look, y'all, I spent about, I was cutting up the video. I spent a little bit of time trying to find this live. I'm going to, I think I have even researched, like, how do I find my live? And I don't know what to do to find it. Like, I'm on the internet, it just lets me go in and open up. But, like, sometimes, for real, live. Let's see here. Bam! Oh, she's smart. Ooh, she is smart. Now she gonna know how to do it from now on out. Now she's gonna know how to do it from now on out. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I got some people. I got some people in my chat. All right, now I can see what's going on with my chat, y'all, just a little bit. That's all I be trying to do, is just interact if anybody speaks to me. Now, if I cannot understand what you say, I hope that you understood my hey. Hey, y'all, I'm drinking me a Coke. Well, I'm supposed to be drinking water, too, but it's over there. Over there with the camera and all that jazz. All right, y'all. So I said we're going to talk a little bit about love and growing up hip-hop. Because I went back and I've been binge watching some things because, y'all, when I try to go out and do things and stuff, when I try to go out and just do a little bit of adulting, like party life, 50 takes hold of me after I get a little bit of party inside of me. So we did the tea party last week for the Leo celebration. And I have said when I came back from South Carolina, I had to regroup. That was a weekend. And then I did my girlfriend's birthday. And it wasn't a consecutive weekend, but we partied twice that week. And I had to regroup. And so we did the tea party. And we had 2 parties in one night. So we partied straight from Saturday morning, well, Saturday afternoon. And I was up early, so that was part of mine. And I made my outfit like she did her thing. She did her thing. If y'all seen my tea party video, y'all seen my tea party outfit, I am patting myself on the shoulder because I say she did her thing. So that was a part of why I was tired, overly exhausted, mentally exhausted, because I also went through a little bit of separation anxiety after I came back from my weekend. Wait a minute, hold up. It wasn't a weekend. It was a night because we partied all day Saturday. We weren't scheduled to come home until Sunday, but my peoples had to work on Sunday. We was just like we wasn't out of state. We just went out of town, like to another city. So my peoples was close to home. Like she was like 10 minutes or less from home. So she had to get up and work at 10 o'clock that morning. And so she's like, what sense does it make to stay overnight? And since I was just a passenger in a car, I got to move when the car say move. And I tell you, my equilibrium was in a whole nother world, on a whole nother planet, in a whole nother galaxy, in a whole nother universe. Because I was knocked out when the decision was made to go home. Because I had partied, and I had sewn, and I had cooked, and I had drunk, and the like. And it was a little much. But yeah, so I had to regroup. And I had separation anxiety because I'm no longer doing my child care, from time to time. I don't post about us on YouTube, but I did post a little video where we was cooking, and I shaded out her face with a little sunshine when we made the donuts, because I could not post that video everywhere because that little girl decided that she was just ready for the camera. I wasn't even in the kitchen with her when she turned around to the camera and just started talking to the camera. Like she knew it was on, and I was like, okay, then the people gotta see this. The people gotta see this, baby. But yes, all right, so to growing up hip-hop, because the name of my title was going to be, it was not going to be, if you're scared, say you're scared. The name of my title was going to be, to be or not to be alone. That is the question. And scared, say you, if you're scared, say you scared, still fits that. And we're going to talk about a couple of guys, and we're going to end it off with a woman. We're going to start off with Bow Wow. And I've always been a fan of Little Bow Wow and Big Bow Wow and Bow Wow. And I've always been a fan. I watched his movies. I listened to his music because I had daughters that came up in that era. So, good music is good music, even if it's somebody that's younger than you. So, he says, and these are his words, he likes crazy. Now, I'm going to start it off that way because everybody and their mama that cared 2 cents about Bow Wow. Even the men that he learned to be that way from was screaming, slow down. The people closest to him, slow down. You might need to spend some time alone. You might need to spend some time by yourself, to be or not to be alone. That is the question. But he couldn't because he likes crazy. And I'd say if he liked crazy, it was probably because he was crazy. He is crazy. And Bow Wow name still. I hear Bow Wow name not a day. And I don't do a lot of following of anybody. I watch podcasters that may speak on celebrities and things like that, but I don't just be following the celebrities. But I still hear Bow Wow's name. But being scared to be alone is a thing. And anybody, we're not just talking men, we just starting off with men. Anybody who can be told over and over again, if you're the common denominator, you have to decipher what you do with being the common denominator after you're the common denominator. Because you hear that stuff going in. You hear it. You hear it. But some of us are scared to be alone. Some of us think that, some of y'all think that that is what validates your manhood. Is just to be able to be with as many women as possible. And then be saying things like the one that got away. Ain't nobody got away. Because you weren't ready for nobody. Angela Simmons got away. And I said something about Angela Simmons in and of herself. And I said it to myself and the God. And I love when God just comes in and confirms me, because my people was sitting here and he was like, she crazy herself. I said, Philip, I just said that. I said, I promise. I hadn't said it to God probably about 30 minutes before, because he wasn't in here at the time. I was like, Angela is probably the craziest one of them all. I said, they keep talking about the one that got away, because what is that? Probably about, I'm going to have to play with this stuff, because that, whatever I hear right here, is probably what be having, because I be having feedback, y'all. I apologize. I'm trying to get better and do better things and things like that. But I hear something like in my mic, like it sounds like what could be the feedback, and I got to be checking for the feedback, because CapCut took the reduced noise away from me. They know they're wrong for that, but it is what it is. It's their app, and so they get to do what they want to do. But anywho, it's so much that can come in learning how to spend some time with yourself. Like how will you know if you have the right person, whether you're a man or a woman, if you the common denominator of loving the crazy. You like the crazy. How would you ever know which crazy is the right crazy for you if you don't take the time to sit back and get to know yourself? Because the bouncing around, and it's not even just the bouncing around. It's the bouncing around and the incidents that come with the bouncing around, and then you pushing those incidents off onto the crazy woman. As if you are not the one that keeps choosing these women. But you like the crazy. So if you like the crazy, you shouldn't then be going to people complaining about the crazy that you like and that you love. Because when he went to his pops, because the brat told him you need to sit your tail down somewhere. And his pops told him just what I said. But it really does not have to be a famous or powerful man. It is just, I think it's a mentality, because it's not all men. All men are not stark raving mad to just be out there and just showing you that they can get any woman, that they got to have any woman and all that. All men not like that. But Jermaine Dupri told him, powerful men are attracted to women that they shouldn't be. And beside that, I put the crazies. How many of them married those women that they're attracted to that they shouldn't be? If you look at the powerful men that married and that stayed married for a long time, whether they married or not, because some of them broke up and they was married for longs and longs and longs of times. but their wives be totally opposite, and they be having fly wives, but they be totally opposite of them chicks that they be getting in the streets. IJS. IJS. So then we move on to trying to keep up the image. Those was his words. That would be Swizz Beatz' brother. His name is Andre. Those jokers look like twins. Andre looked just like his brother. So you see, that was the first thing that I placed on my notes, was trying to keep up an image, because he said that when he was in the box. I don't know if y'all watch reality TV, but you know, if you watch reality TV, everybody's with the group and they talking and they doing what they doing and they shooting the scene and everything like that, and then they come to just themselves because they done did something out there that needs to warrant them coming to just themselves in the box, and then when they're in the box, they're talking to the camera. Y'all know. Y'all know. So when he's in there talking to the camera, he's saying about this life that he's living and how he has to try. That's why I put it, because he's trying to keep up an image. I said that when you're trying to do something, that means that it's a front. An image, anyway, that's a facade. That's a persona. And it's good if you know that that's what it is and you get home and you ain't trying to still keep it up. But you know, they want you checking for the words when you watch a reality TV. So you're trying to keep up an image for a reason. Because later on, I don't know if it was in that show or the next one, he proceeds to run down the hallway and explain to Christina and JT that they did not see what they just thought they saw as they saw him kissing on a man. And if you're kissing on a man, you're kissing on a man. Except you just came out here and told two people, millions of however many people watch the show. And it's reality TV, so you know there's some acting to it. I hope that that was acting. I hope that that wasn't reality. That you really thought that you was going to make somebody think that they didn't see you, just, you look like your tongue was in his throat. But my question would be then, why that young man felt like he needed to run down the hallway and say, wait, it's not what you think. Why did he feel the need to have to keep up that image? Why do people feel the need to have to keep up that image? Sylvie just be wanting y'all to ponder, so ponder on that. Because you might have somebody right around you that's trying to keep up that image. There'll be so many reasons why people be trying to keep up that image. He's in the limelight. A lot of times in the limelight, they be trying to keep up the image, and that's a whole, down low is a real thing. And it's not even just in the limelight, but it's a real thing. Gotta ask yourself, is somebody doing some scurred living around? Is you doing some scurred living around somebody? Scurred, say so. Trying to keep up that image. You feel me? You feel me? Now, we're going to move on to New York and Irvin, his wife, because we have this thing, and we're gonna I'm gonna save Irvin, his wife, for the end. We gonna save Irvin, his wife. We gonna save that for the end. We gonna come back to Irvin, his wife. We gonna talk about that after I get his scriptures. But before I get his scriptures, we gonna talk about Ja Rule. Ja Rule told his son, in order for you to sell, the girls gotta wanna fuck you. That's what he told his son. Now, Medina had just told Kid Capri, Vina. Medina had just told Vina, that's Kid Capri's daughter, that very same thing. But it different for us than it is for y'all. Because y'all don't have to do what we have to do for somebody, for one of us to be ready to, you know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do particularly. I mean, I ain't gonna say it don't have nothing to do with the way you dress or anything like that. It's some things and some stuff that I want to see to even be attracted. Just because I'm attracted don't mean that I want to. But what he's saying is they got to want your appeal. They got to want to come closer. They got to want to come hear what you got. You got to have something that is going to draw them. And same rules apply for a woman. However, Kid Capri won't play in that with what his baby had on. He was not playing that. So there is a way, ladies, for us to be able to do it. Do the sexy, do the sex appeal, because sex does sell. But she had on more clothes at the end, and it was still, she had on her bikini top. She was just a little more covered at the bottom, just a little bit more covered. But sex sells. Aesthetics are everything. I mean, it just is what it is. And I'm not saying that it is no way to do it without selling sex. I ain't saying that, because that is a total lie. But I'm saying that it's not a false statement that sex sells. Now, after sex sells, let's get on to Proverbs 3:25. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. If you scared, say you scared. But thee God does not want us scared, because thee God did not give us the spirit of fear. It is not to say that we will not obtain it. It is to say that that is not what God wants for us in this walk. If we are fearful, we should be striving to figure out how to get rid of fear, because fear ain't no good for you. Fear will have you not doing things that you should be doing. They could be life-changing things. Not seeing things that you should be seeing. They can be life-altering things. But you be scared. Be not afraid of sudden fear. What's sudden fear, you say? Sudden fear is that with which you don't know is going to happen. The future. Sudden fear. You don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 seconds. Much less in the next 5 months, next 5 years, next 5 days. Be not afraid of sudden fear. In the sense of a promise. Be not afraid of a promise that may be broken, a promise that may seem like a promise that you don't want to receive. Be not afraid. Be not afraid of a person, place, or a thing. God ain't give us the spirit of fear. Be not afraid. Be not afraid of any rumors or reports of danger that could be closer than at hand. Be not afraid. And I know this can be easier said than done. This can be easier said than done. Why? Because I know I deal with some things that I know I deal with some fears. I just got finished talking today about fear facing that I'm about to be doing. Fear conquering, that I'm about to be doing. That is, when I tell you, I don't Fear doesn't sit well with me. And when I say I've been conquerors, when I tell the story about how I started walking over bridges, and they're not humongous bridges, but I have been scared of bridges and tunnels all of my life. So to walk over even the smallest one, but the ones that I have chosen to walk over have not been particularly small. They ain't no big city bridges or nothing like that, but they were bridges that created. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. One of the first ones I walked over, I had to stand at the bottom of that joker and pray. Because first and foremost, in my brain, I forgot that we was about to cross that joker. My daughter and I we were taking a walk, but I had a prescription that I needed to get from the pharmacy. And so in order to get to the pharmacy, we had to cross the one bridge 2 times because it was on both streets. We had to cross it on this side, and then when we made the left, we had to cross it again. I had to stand at the bottom of that bridge before I started and just sit there and meditate and pray. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes. Welcome, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes. And my baby was, I said to my baby, you know what I was doing right? She was like, yes, ma'am. Ain't no me. So then my heart was paralyzed the entire time we walked up the rest of that street. So when we got ready to make the left, I said, okay, I can't do this the same way that I just did it. So when I came up that first side, I straight forward, no to the left, no to the right. What God say, don't look to the left or to the right, straight forward. When I got to the others, made that left, I said, I don't want to feel paralyzed by this. I want to be able to look at that water. So I'm walking up, and I would do this. Whoa, buddy. Let me tell you something. I said, okay, God, you got me. You got me. One thing for sure and 2 things for certain. You won't get me again because I'm not walking back that way. Do you know that I walked my daughter another 30 to 40 minutes out of the way so that we wouldn't have to cross that bridge? But the God is funty, hunty. The God is funty. It was a whole nother bridge sitting over there waiting for me. So I had to cross that one or I wasn't going to get home. So I do what I can to try and conquer fear because sometimes it's harder. And it took a whole lot of years. My daughters were very much adults and in their own place and everything when I started trying to walk over bridges by myself. Now, would I ever walk over like the George Washington Bridge in New York or something like that? Only if the God told me to, because there's no sense in that to me. There's no sense in that. So I think God say, get out there and walk over one of those bridges, because look, when I have been on our bridges down around these parts, ain't got nothing on New York bridges. And I have had to get out on a bridge on occasion because, shoot, I may have broke down. I've been with somebody that broke down, and we be on one of the major bridges. And when I say my heart feels like somebody is snatching it out of it and just holding it, but snatching it at the same time just to stand on a bridge with all that water surrounding me. So I can swim, okay. I just feel like with the panic of all that water surrounding me, it just be a lost cause. That's all. That's all. So yeah, God don't want us scared. God knows that we're going to be scared. Everything God put in that Bible, God put in that Bible. Everything God put in that Bible. You know, sometimes people adding some stuff. Sometimes people are taking some stuff away. But there's some things, and there that you did when that was happening. I'm just saying. Okay. Sometimes we talk. Sometimes we talk. We might talk while I'm sitting up here talking to y'all. We was in the bathroom talking one day, and the baby was in there, and the baby was trying to talk to me, and I was trying to talk to the God, and the baby was like, you're not letting me talk. And so I was like, God, G said, we're not letting her talk. So then we had to stop and allow G to talk. But we talked. All the time, everywhere, anywho. All right. It says, since the Lord may suddenly come, you know, neither the place nor the time, you just don't know, but it's just right here while we sit here talking. If that's what God wanted to do, just right here while we sit here talking, snatch you up. It's a wrap. So we ought not to be surprised at anything sudden. Anything. That's a doozy. And I'm asking God to help me with that because I'm walking from the bus stop today. And I walked past the little ladies. I think those might be I think they may have been Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't know. They just be sitting out there. I done said it before and I'll say it again. If I said it before, I'll say it again. If I said it before, I'll say it again. If you're going to sit out there and just wait for people to come to you because you have the word of God that you're trying to get to the people, but you're just sitting there like that and you might say hello, but you're not even trying to engage with the people that you're out there trying to save. You don't even want to barely talk to them. What you want them to just come up to you and take your paperwork? But anywho, I digress. I walked past the ladies because I was just going to determine whether I was going to walk where I was going or get the bus down to where I was going, and I decided to walk. So as I was walking past the little ladies that were sitting there, I just thought that I was alone towards that counter, and then somebody just came up, kind of like blew past me, and he kind of threw me for a little bit. I didn't even think I jumped or anything. He was like, did I scare you? Yeah, a little bit you did. A little bit you did. I just, the ladies was there and nobody else, and then you were just scared. So, sometimes, but the goal also is when you're scared not to stay there. God gives us time. God knows that we have emotions. We go through emotions. But God does not want us to stay there. God wants us to work on things that scare us, that cause fear in us. God wants us to build up a protective layer that will not allow us to be. God don't want me to just be going around jumping because people walk up beside me. Because exposing something, you got to be ready. You got to be ready because you never know when you need to be ready. Monique said if you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready. That's what she said. So, it says, we shouldn't be surprised at anything. It says, serenity under the rush and roar of unexpected evils is a precious gift of divine love. I be telling people all the time, total shalom is not based off of a situation or a circumstance. It's not based off of whether this person can be in your space or not in your space, or you got to put them out your life, or only when good things happen. No, hunty, serenity under the rush and the roar of unexpected evils is a precious gift of divine love. Total shalom. That is what we should be working toward. Not peace based off of situations and circumstances, because serenity and peace, serene, Calgon, take me away. No, You might not be able to get away, but is you going to find peace where you are? Are you going to find peace in the midst? Said the Lord would love his chosen to display discrimination, and by that we mean recognition and understanding of one thing or another. Discrimination, so that they may see that the desolation of the wicked is not a real calamity of the universe. So if you're deciphering wisely one thing or another, if you can recognize, if you can see and understand some things, then calamity may not strike you as hard. But if you are totally in a delusional world, over here and totally somewhere, over there and totally somewhere, not trying to question anything or have a critical thought about anything, I just believe they right because they this way, and I just believe they right because they this way, and if you don't believe like I believe, then you is the devil. They both delusional. The both of them. That part. Only. Said we should be more hot at the sin which deserves hell than at the hell which comes out of the sin. And when I thought about that, the first place my brain went is to religiosity. Because religiosity is going to be looking at hell so hard, they're going to be trying to save you, and they ain't going to worry about their own self. They ain't going to sweep around their own front door, because they're going to try to sweep around yours. And even if they're not trying to sweep around yours, if they are so concentrated on hell, anything you focus on becomes an idol. Anything you focus on becomes an idol. So you so focused on hell that derives from your sin and ain't working on any types of self-control. Because sin is basically self-control unless you have mental issues. I'm so serious. And self-control ain't easy. I'm not saying that to say it's easy, but it's self-control. You decide whether you want to control yourself or not. Anything that is self belongs to you, and God gave us intellect. It's going to say it a little later. God gave us intellect in order to determine what things that we are going to allow ourselves to do or not to do, to be or not to be. It is but self. You are in control of self. You are in control of your self-control. You are in control of your self-esteem. You are in control of your self-denial. You are in control of yourself. Any self-regrets? They self. So, and it's not to say just be going out there just trying to keep up images either, trying to put on facades like you're doing everything right, like commit no sins. Religiosity again. You just got this because you dress with your, we talked about them dress. Ladies know you're not supposed to be having on nothing. But you also not supposed to think that because you got on dresses and shirts up to your neck and dresses down to your ankles, that is what makes you holy and righteous. Because some Christians with long skirts up to down to their ankles and up to their necks, they is the devil too. Because if you ain't getting your character right, this is all about character. It is all about character. Going into the church house good. Going into the church house, good. But if you're going to go into the church house and just rationalize why it's okay for you to continue in poor behavior, because that's a societal thing. Like, you really don't have to be a Christian, but poor behavior, Christian is just, if you're a Christian, you know. And if you're not, and you want to know, you can know. But poor behavior, it's families that ain't never been Christians in their life that do not condone the poor behavior of their children. It is families that have never been Christian in their life that want to make sure that they check their character flaws. There's just some promises attached to Christianity, but I promise you, the Most High God wants you to have control of yourself before you go out there trying to tell somebody else how they should be living their life. Period. I studied it and I brought it before. None of us are perfect. But God wouldn't want somebody, what do you look like telling me that I don't need to be going out there and stealing? And every time I turn around, you at the doctor's office taking stuff out of their cabinets and putting it in your pockets and saying that you paid for it because your insurance. If it wasn't stealing, you could do it while the doctor was in there. What'd you say? Like you can't think that that's okay, but then you want to check me. Now, if you know that that's not okay, well, I know I ain't got no business taking this stuff every time I come to this doctor's office. And then I'm more apt to receive it from that person. You might be still in your rut, in your stuff. But if you are aware that what you doing ain't right, you ain't trying to rationalize your poor behavior, I might could take something from you that you tell me. But if you pretending that you right while you is looking down your nose at the things that I do is wrong, woo, you know, the spirit of I'm okay, I'm good, God know my heart. And God do know your heart, and God got compassion on your heart. But not when you just got your nose up in the air and looking down at me. You got your nose in the air. You got something you can be doing. That's all I'm saying. Always be paying attention to self-control. 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 Yeah. Self-control is going to help you not want to miss the mark. Self-control is going to give you a conviction when you begin to, excuse me, y'all, I ain't had that issue in a minute. Excuse me, never thought that I would just be sitting up here doing that, but it itches. It done made me forget what I was saying, but it was talking something about self-control. Yeah, self-control is a good thing. It's a good thing. Now we're going to go on. Oh, no. Now, sometimes when I be putting my notes, I go in and I will copy and paste something, and I'm not quite sure. I should have copied it and pasted more of it so that I could get a better understanding of what I just had here and copied and pasted. But it's still in reference of the not being afraid, but it called into the story Noah and his family being, because that was a flood. Like, Noah could have been afraid, and if he would have been afraid, ain't no telling what could have gone on. But he was obedient and he was focused. And that saved them from the flood. It spoke about Lot and his family from Sodom and Gomorrah, which many of us want to just tell that story as if it was not a horrific thing. Like, I am just beginning to hear people tell that story with some balance, because all my life, before I began to study to show myself approved, when I heard Sodom and Gomorrah, all I thought about was homosexuality. That's all I thought about. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying that word, but that's all I thought about. Why TikTok? Now, why? Now, come back to Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah. Why Woe Vicky? Why can Woe Vicky say, of course I'm from Atlanta. What's she saying? Of course I'm from Atlanta. I can say the N word. But I can't say. She be like, yo, where my N word at? Why did TikTok remove my statement? Because I said she could say the N word. She be like, yo, where my N word at? She said she could say the N word. So I just said the N word. I didn't spell nothing out. I said what she said. And they removed my comment. They removed another one. I put something else up there too. They removed both of them. I'm in Facebook jail too. I don't even know what the video was. It showed me the title, and I don't know that I saw the title when I shared the video. I don't know what the video was, but I try not to share nonsense. But I also try to be aware of the titles, because I know that they don't want you. They tell you that you have a First Amendment right, but I digress. But yes, Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah said, or if they promiscuously fall in it. So if Lot wouldn't have been obedient, you saw what happened when the wife turned back. If Noah wouldn't have been obedient, if you promiscuously fall, if Noah would have just went with God telling you do this, do that, the other, because I'm getting ready to get rid of it all. I need you to go out there and build that ark. Noah would have been like, oh Lord, I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna do this first. Promiscuously falling in. Lot would have fell in with the crowd. Said they would have been well with themselves for all eternity. Once you decide that you're going to do it and you have no care, you well with yourself for all eternity. So make sure you know that you're going to be well with yourself for all eternity. And on to Genesis 12 and 13. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well. Remember, it may be well with them to all eternity. That it may be. What did I just do? That it may be well with me for thy sake. I don't know what I just did. Okay. Okay, now my phone's trying to do that funny stuff. I need to give myself a, oh my God. Oh my God. It's doing dumb. I don't know how that got there. Why is it? It was not doing that before. I think I just made it do that again. And I don't know how. That's what was messing this phone up. I told y'all I be touching stuff. Okay, it's not letting me go back in there. So I can't get back in there. But basically, that was Abraham and Sarah. Abraham telling Sarah that she had to tell the king and them that she was his sister, so that they wouldn't kill him. Now, I'm mad that I can't get in here because one of them's, I can't even get back in the daggone phone. What in the world is with this ridiculosity? Okay, there it go. Okay, so basically, Abraham concealing the truth. And it goes on to say that he concealed the truth, but it was at a time where they were sorely pressed with famine. And I said, do you not know that that was just basically a rationalization? Because if what is concealing the truth if it's not? What's another word for concealing? If you conceal something, you omit it. If you omit it, then you lied. What do they call that? Lying by omission. We should stop trying to have rose-colored glasses all the time about the Bibles, even the commentators. Like, we should stop trying to have rose-colored glasses because God saw humans for what humans are. Human. We be trying to pretty ourselves up a lot. The Most High say don't think too highly of yourself. We be trying to pretty each other up. Much less our kids. Can we not? Can we not? It said Abram must not be judged by the light of the New Testament. It says, it is not necessary for a Christian in every situation of life to tell all the truth, especially when it's part suppression, when it's part suppression involves no deception. I don't know if that, because it was in here doing things, adding words and stuff, like it's doing again. It wasn't doing this. I'm going to have to give it an update. It need an update. Oh my God. But anywho, I understand what they're saying. The more that I read over it, I do understand what they're saying, but there was still deception. And the next commentary that I read goes on to let you know that he omitted the truth. He was careful about not telling what the truth really was because he didn't lie. She is a sister. She is a sister. There was no lie detected. But he did lie. Because she was also his wife. And that could have got him red-rummed. And he was trying to make it out of Egypt alive. But don't get it twisted. It was a lie. The lie that Abraham told. I'm hoping when I go do this update, that it's going to, because it will not let me stay in these, it's just doing things and stuff. Wow. It took the whole thing out. I ain't even gonna worry about that. Let me go on here. Let me see if I can get to the thing and do an update. It just erased all my notes. But I'm at the end into I am at the end into I can't go into my Quran and I cannot go into my copies because it just erased all my notes. But the only thing that I was gonna talk about after that, I'm gonna have to cut it off probably and cut it back on a little later, and maybe it'll let me update it. Because that's the reason. This phone was okay, and they said that it's probably space. I just got another phone because I ain't feel like going in to try to get the space off of it. It don't even want to let me shut it off. I cannot, Dawn. It'll die at some point. Irv Gotti and his wife and Tamar Braxton. That's why I wanted to save Irv for last. Because Tamar is a whole hot mess. And I talked about Tamar and Trina on one of my other lives. I started going in, watching it from season 1. And I just watched the show where she lit into all her sister's husbands. She told Tony she had a husband that didn't want to do nothing. Or maybe she told Trina that. She just went in and lightened up everybody's husband. Not Trina, but Tawanda. But she just went in and got on Trina a little more because she decided to stay with Gabe. And I know that they wind up divorced. They wind up divorced, but they don't wind up out of love. That's where we're going to bring Irv and his ex-wife into it as well. Because I said, until the day Gabe died, and her new husband, because I do believe she finally did marry the other man. But he was aware, and he had to be. That's a good man because he stayed his position. But you just heard about Trina, because I guess because the show is on, and he's saying, I think I heard this last week, that he's saying that she's mourning Tracy the same way that she mourned Gabe. Trina mourned the mess out of Gabe because she was still in love with the man. I ain't even trying to be funny. Trina, my thought process is Trina left her husband because she couldn't take Tracy's fight because they looked down at Tracy for staying with her husband too. And many of these people that I'm talking about, I can promise you. I know Tamar. I ain't gonna say because you singing gospel that you got to be saved, but I believe that the Braxton sisters do. I know I've heard Tamar profess to be a Christian. I believe that the Braxton sisters profess to be Christians. And just like I said, none of us are perfect, but we can't distort things. If God is calling us to marriage, God is calling us to marriage. If we're in the marriage and you want to tear a person down because they decide they want to stick it out. All I said was Tracy was the only one married to the day she left this earth, God. You might not have liked what she went through with her husband. I chose to leave. And I'm saying that because that Tamar, because when she was tearing into Trina for making the decision, Tamar said, give it some time, or if you make it that long. And that Tracy said that to Tamar. Tracy said, give it some time, or if you make it that long. And that burnt Tamar bridges, buddy. Now, did Tracy flip the script on her after the fact? Yes. They wound up apologizing to each other, but she ain't telling nothing wrong. And Tamar got in the box. My marriage is fine. While all that you hear her, because she said, this is what Tamar, not Tony Braxton's sister, because she said, my name is Tamar, not Tony Braxton's sister. So Tamar, not Tony Braxton's sister, had said when she was little that she didn't she didn't pray for a millionaire husband. She prayed to be a superstar. And I ain't gonna say she went out there and found her millionaire husband, because Tony brought that husband to her. But those that I see and saw, and now they ain't together no more, was you pressing a man for an album that really said, even Tony said that she loved Vince for Tamar. Even Tony said that. I have also heard her sister say you can't tell Tamar nothing. That's haughty. And can't nobody tell you nothing. I'm certain that God has a hard time telling you something, because sometimes God talks through people. And if we think that we too good for the people to tell us something, then you just have to think back after your marriage went good to what your sister Tracy told you. Because she dug into all of their marriages. And Tracy said that day, why you can say something about our marriages, but we can't say nothing about yours. Those are narcissistic tendencies, and narcissism, I don't care how good somebody with narcissists wants to believe that their ego is strong, the fact that it's mental illness, and the criterion will tell you that it is based off of the most fragile of egos, fragile of egos. So you could tell yourself till you blue in the face that you're confident. If you're not sitting down in the chair or on the internet trying to get you some therapy or I mean, I read the criteria. I'm just saying. Hello, beautiful. It ain't time for that. Because I ain't even told y'all about Irv Gotti's wife. I apologize. So Irv Gotti and his they didn't make it either. And it was because of that Ashanti thing. And this is what I saw. Because I be looking at eyes and stuff. The man looked at my eyes and he told me all about my eyes. He just made me feel so good today in my heart. And that was God. Because I was like, look, God, I was looking in the mirror and look, God, I'm looking in my eyes and maybe I can't tell from my own eyes. When I tell you this was just 2 days ago. Maybe I can't tell from my own eyes, Lord, but my eyes, they look an eye by me. They look an eye by me. God know what I came through, going through a thing. And I know what my eyes was looking like while I was going through a thing. And that gentleman told me about what he saw in these eyes. Oh, Lord, look at you, God. Well, go ahead on and confirm your baby then. Irv Gotti's ex-wife left because she knew her husband, because I looked in his eyes, and somebody, I don't know if Tasha K just said it, but there was some Irv and Ashanti, because I think he was talking about her or something like that, and whoever covered it, whoever I watched covered it, said it, that he was acting like he was still in love with her. They only had one season of the Growing Up Hip Hop New York. It was just times where you saw him talk about that chick where it was just like, oh, you almost kind of felt bad for the whole situation because you also could tell he loved his wife. And she said the only wrong thing he did was that. Other than that, he was a good man. Tamar said there is no way that she could stay with a cheater. Did Vince cheat? So I don't know why they broke up. Did Vince cheat? Because other than that, what? Or did he leave? Because I don't think he left. I think she left. And it's to each his own. It's to each her own. If that's what, if she said, because she said it. You said it, and then you got mad at Tracy when she said it. You was sitting up there saying, I don't think I can stay. I don't think I can stay. So she just like, if you make it that long, you were saying you don't think you can stay. She wasn't even particularly just saying that he was going to cheat. She was saying marriage ain't easy. It's not. I've been married. I didn't stay. We were together for 15 whole years. It's to each his own, but one thing for sure and two things for certain. I'm never, ever just going to look down on somebody that chooses to stay. My peoples was telling me about one of her peoples. She was like, her and her husband was married for 27 years. She was like, it was toxic. I said it was they toxic love, and they loved each other for 27 years. I said she probably was all the pieces when that joker left us her. She said, yeah, she was, yeah. Because that was, she stuck it out. People be looking for stipulations. Go find me somewhere in that Bible that said a marriage was going to be great all the time. That said a parent was going to be good all the time. That said a child was going to be good all the time. Find it for me and bring it. Drop me some comments. Come on then. But we supposed to look at ourselves and want to be better and strive to do better with each day. But the next man should never be down, looking down like that, like they ain't got no daughters with around, nothing like that. Don't be afraid. Now, we done talked about a little bit of growing up, love, and hip-hop, and people, because I believe that Tamar can stand to take some time to herself as well. Because since her event, she done been all around the world. That chick is all out here going back and forth with Tommy. Like you're a Tamar family, Braxton, Values, and you going back and forth with Love and Hip Hop, Tommy, over a man that probably don't want neither of you? They say he just liked it. the chocolate. That's what they say. I don't know. I don't know the situation, but they say he just liked the chocolate. It was just something else. Oh. Tamar Braxton is the ultimate icon. That what they say? I'm going to leave that one right there. I would put icon on her sister before I put icon on her. But that's what that I guess she got that label when she performed at the Pride Parade. She's the ultimate icon. Now, we done talked about growing up hip hop. All of them. We done talked about, we didn't really talk about the other one. We just talked about Bow Wow. I didn't really feel no need to talk about Lil Romeo, because him and Bow Wow, the same suit warmed over. We talked about Bow Wow. We talked about Andre, Swizz Beatz brother. We talked about Irv and his wife. We talked about Tamar. We talked about Ja Rule and Medina saying that sex sells, whether it's for a young man or for a young woman. But young ladies, let's just try to do sex sales in a, in as modest and appealing way as possible, because just like I told the lady at the bus stop, we may be crazy, but the crazies are out here, so we have to beware of the crazies. So I am glad you guys came and sat a spell with me. Hello, beautiful. Do not fear. Do not be afraid of a person, a place, a thing, the future. We can't really control other people, beautiful. We can only control how we respond and how we face those situations. We got this, beautiful. We can do it. We can face those situations with, what's the word I'm looking for? It just went right off my tongue. I'm tired. We can face those situations with maturity, with integrity, with regality. Beautiful. Sylvie loves you. And she is out. Oh, Sylvie's tired. And she is stuck. Take that shoe off there. Oh, Lord, that leg. It was in the place. It was in a place.